Get your credit back in the groove. Get your credit back in the groove. Get your credit back in the groove. Guide you through the process, no way you can lose. You need the credit.
Why, hello everyone. This is Uncle James here with another awesome video. Now, in this video, we're going to look at some major steps or strategies that you can utilize to create a budget, okay? Now, just recently, I had a reversal of income, okay? I had a medical condition, something that required my immediate attention. I have a defibrillator, and my heart was beating irregularly, and so the defibrillator shocked it into a normal rhythm or a normal beat. And because of that, I'm having to take it. I can't do all the things like I was doing before. I'm retired, and I'm also a rideshare driver. And as a result of the defibrillator firing and all of that, and being hospitalized and all of that, I had a reversal of income. So I'm having to cut back on some things and relook at how I allocate my money, and looking at, do I really need this service? Do I really need this subscription or not? And so I decided to look at my budget again and to see where some fat was at, so I can begin to trim, okay? Because the whole purpose of this is to create wealth, okay? Create personal wealth, and then create generational wealth, okay? And there are certain strategies that we utilize, and we're going to do a real in-depth study on what those strategies are. So, steps to create a budget. Now, number one, you need to determine your income. You need to really know what your monthly income is after taxes, okay? You need to know what that income is. You need to look at all sources of revenue that you have coming in and get a good dollar amount on your income. Number two, you need to determine what your expenses are. You need to look at your expenses and then begin to see which ones you can live without, especially if you're at deficit spending. If your expenses are more than your income, then you're going to have to cut some fat out. You're going to have to cut something out. You're going to have to get rid of something, because you have to live within your means. If you're constantly living outside your means, that is, you're spending more money than you have coming in, that is a disaster waiting to happen. So you need to get that on track. So you need to determine what your expenses are, and then identify what expenses are a must, what's a need, and some that are wants. You have to keep the must, but some of the wants you can let go. Now, keep in mind, this is temporarily. A budget is your best friend. Do not consider a budget as something negative. Do not view it negatively. You need to look at it positively, and then keep in mind, I'm here to create wealth, okay? Wealthy people do not spend all of their income. They spend a percentage of their income. Now, the suggestion is 10% of your income. That's what you say, 10%, at least 10%. Now, you may be in a position where you can save 10% now. You may be in a position you can save more than 10%, or you could be in a position where you have to save less than it, maybe 5% or maybe 2%. Now, wherever you are, start from that point. Start at the point of where you are. Let's say if you're only able to save 5%, then you spend 95% or 90%, then that's great, okay? You just start where you are. So you need to look at your expenses. 3, now you need to choose your budgeting plan. Now there are several plans that you can consider. So we're going to look at the 3 plans. 1, you can do what is called a zero budget. Now, zero budget is just that you budget everything and you will have what is known as a zero balance, okay? You spend all the money that you have coming in. That's the zero plan or the zero budget. The envelope system, I've used this, the envelope system. This is where you get several envelopes, like one for rent, one for gas, an envelope for your car payment, and you put cash inside the different envelopes. And then when you get ready to spend the money, you take the money out of the envelope. And if the envelope is out of money, then you know, whatever that item happens to be, then you no longer have money for that item. You would have to maybe borrow from another envelope. Now, they don't suggest that you do that, but if it's like a necessity, something that you have to have, then you can do that. But you try not to take money from another envelope, okay? This is why they have that system. You're putting money into different categories. Each envelope represents a different category. Okay, the next budget plan is what they call the 30-50-20 plan. 50%, 30%, and 20%. 50% goes to your expenses, such as rent, utilities, and groceries. Half of your income goes to your expenses, your living expenses. 30% goes towards travel, restaurants, meals, hobbies, and entertainment. And then the remaining 20% goes into savings. 10% is charitable gifts, and then 10% is savings, okay? So those are the budget plans. Number 4, okay, you need to adjust your habits. It's extremely important that you get your budget under control, okay? Because if you do not get it under control, you will be deficit spending, and that is what we do not want. Get your budget under control. Get your finances under control. Okay, live the plan. Now keep in mind that this plan may change, okay? It may change, so you need to kind of keep that in mind. Your budget needs may change. You may have to go up or go down depending on what those expenses are. So keep that in mind, okay? And then, let's see here, the next one. Set realistic goals. Now, your financial goals, you need to make sure that they are goals that are obtainable, okay? Make sure that the goals can be achieved, the financial goals that you have, because you want this to be a success, all right? Now, you need to put this plan into action. It does no good to create a budget if you do not put it into action and then govern yourself by the plan. You need to spend what you have allocated for each of the categories. This is extremely important. Follow the plan, work the plan. Now, you also need to budget for seasonal expenses. Now, everyone knows that if, when you have children, there are certain times of the year where, you have to do school expenses, okay? School pretty much start the same time every year. So it shouldn't come to you as a surprise that you would have to purchase school supplies and clothing for school, and paper, pen, pencil, these things. Everyone knows birthdays kind of come around the same time of the year, so you need to budget for that. Your your wedding, your anniversaries comes also the same time. You need to budget for that. Set money aside for these expenses. Okay. Look ahead, plan ahead. Now keep track of your budget so you will know what's happening the next 2 or 3 months. This is extremely important. And then if you find yourself having some difficulties, then ask for help. It is okay to ask for help. This is why, this is what we have family for. If they're in a position to help, I'm sure they will help if they're in a position to help. I know, there are some families where money is extremely tight and they're not able to assist. But some families do have the financial wherewithal to help with that. But then let's say you may take on an extra job. You may do what are called gig jobs, okay? Or you do a gig, or, like I'm a rideshare driver, that's considered to be a gig job. So I'll just go give people a ride somewhere and I will get some extra money like that. So these are some of the things that you could do. Now, success leaves clues. Success does leave clues. One of the clues that they leave is this: you must become a person that take action, massive action every day. You must have a PMA, positive mental attitude. There's just nowhere around this. You must have a PMA. An example of a great PMA is, I am designed for great things. There is greatness within. All things work together for my good. I am more than a conqueror. I have been designed to do great things. There is greatness within. These are examples of PMA, positive mental attitude. Success does leave clues. Now, let me speak this blessing over you. Until we meet again, may the Lord continue to bless you. May He smile upon you. May He continue to give you His favor and give you His peace. And may He also continue to enlarge our territory. This has been Uncle James. Have a great day. Take care now.
Get your credit back in the groove. Get your credit back in the groove. Get your credit back in the groove. Guide you through the process, no way you can lose.